Hi guys, it's Lauren. I just wanted to tell you about my stem cell transplant, how that went, what to expect. Also with my radiation, I got done with it. It's what is this? This is April 2016. I got done with my stem cell at the end, very end of November, 1st of December of 2015. It actually took this long for my hair to grow back from those many months. I'll tell you about that and why, or what I think the reasoning is, because that didn't happen last time when I lost my hair. It didn't take this long for it to come back in. Also about the radiation, I'll tell you about that. So I told you that the cancer came back in my arm bone, and I did chemo with that. So you go into the hospital for about a month and a half, or about a month, anywhere between 3 weeks to 4 weeks. And I was not, like I said, I wasn't looking forward to it. But at Barnes Jewish Hospital, it was really nice. They took really good care of me. You got really good food. If you felt like eating, I mean, whatever you wanted to eat, they had it. You ordered it, whatever. The nurses came in anytime. I mean, you needed anything, you got it. They just were really good people. As far as the stem cell transplant itself, I used my own stem cells. They took it out of my body. They froze it, mixed it with some sort of medicine of some sort, kept it frozen until they were going to put it in me. Well, for the first week that I was in the hospital, I had major chemo. So for 8 days, I had chemo, and that wasn't so bad. The next week, they started injecting the stem cell. The stem cell transplant just took that day. It didn't take 2 days. Sometimes it does take 2 days. It didn't take 2 days for me. It could maybe even take 3, but it only took 1 day for me. I had 3 different bags of my stem cells that they had frozen, and then they were going to put it back in my body. When that happened, I got violently ill. I just got sick. I was so sick that they even excused my family out of the room because I couldn't stop being sick. I was just vomiting very violently, and it was quite disgusting. It took, while I was there, I didn't have any energy. You have diarrhea. It's disgusting. I mean, you can't help it, but your body that's how it is. And you're just very sick. You're in bed, you're sleeping a lot. They do want you to get up and walk around because they want you to continue with, your energy. They want you to up with your energy. Just make sure you not lose muscle mass, stuff like that. They just want you to get better as quickly as possible, and so that means moving around. And also, usually they automatically give you a blood transfusion because your blood count gets so low. It gets extremely low, it's scary for them. They don't want you to die of, not having any blood. But as a Jehovah's Witness, I do not take blood, and so that really wasn't an option for me. And it did get extremely low, but I didn't take any blood, and they were very accepting of that. They were really sweet. They understood the reasonings why, or maybe they didn't understand the reasonings why, but they were very respectful of my wishes. Never gave me blood, and I recovered just fine. Now, as far as losing your hair, you lose all of it. You don't have a patch here, there, or peach fuzz or anything. It's gone. Just like a couple days after when was it? it was right after the stem cell, like a day or two. I just went like this, and it just fell out. I mean, and bald. It was no spiky, it was no peachy, it was bald as can be. Nothing there. And it was just really weird how it came out, because the first time my hair fell out, it would fall out like in chunks and stuff like that, but it wasn't the way it was this last time with the stem cell. And also the last time it came out, there still was a little bit of peach fuzz, you were bald, but and you definitely consider yourself bald knowing that you weren't before, but it was not like this. It really was. I wasn't expecting it to be as bald as it was, but you were bald as a baby. So you were just trying to recuperate the last 2 weeks. They always check on you. And then I got out of the hospital. When I got out of the hospital, I stayed with my cousin just in case something major happened. They want family kind of around you to make sure like you're okay and this and that. And I thought, okay, I'm recovering. You don't know what's going to happen, because you've never gone through it before. You don't know how recovery is because it hasn't happened. So when I was recovering, I was really tired. So I thought, yeah, I'm tired, whatever. You're going to be tired. You've gone through a whole lot. And then though, about a week after, I couldn't breathe. And I was like, man, maybe this is like me recovering. I mean, me just walking up my stairs and back down to like the couch or something, I couldn't catch my breath. I was just trying to catch my breath. And I was like, man, this sucks, And I just all attributed it to me recovering from the stem cell transplant. Well, I don't know when it was, but I went back in to get a scan, and they had to wheelchair me in because I could not walk the length of the hospital to the doctor's office, and she said that was not normal. And she said I should be breathing fine. And I was like, why? And she's like, we're afraid that you may have pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in your lung. And I was like, I don't have that. And I'm like, I'm not sick anymore. I'm done with this. I'm not sick. And they're like, well, I'm afraid you need to get a scan. So I got a scan, and I had a blood clot. So I was admitted into the hospital again. They were giving me shots. Then it's called Lovanex. Then I had to give myself shots, which sucked. I hated it. They wanted you to do it like three times a day. And I was like, I ain't doing that. I don't like it. It hurts. I don't want to be negative to anybody that gets Lovenox, but it helps because it's a blood thinner and it thins out your, blood so you don't get a blood clot. And it was just sucking because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of doing this and this and that to get better. I just don't like it anymore. Like I said, nobody does. Nobody wants to be sick, but anyways, I told my doctor, can't we do something else? They didn't want to give me Coumadin because it wasn't enough, it wasn't strong enough or something for it to work properly. They needed something really strong. Well, they came out with a new pill. It was just like almost brand new, they said, and I started on that, thank goodness, and I haven't had an issue with a blood clot since, but that's only been a month and a half, 2 months, something like that, so it hasn't been that long. Let's see, and then after that, I almost immediately started radiation. No, they did a PET scan. And this sucks because, as I told you guys at the very beginning, I have Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's supposed to be one of the easiest cancers to cure, but I'm an oddity. I'm an exception. I am rare. For the first chemo, no, it didn't work. It moved. They said they never seen it. I told you the guys this before. Moved to the bone and in my left arm. Well, the stem cell, we did the stem cell transplant. They said, oh, everything's gone except there's cancer in your armpit. So I'm just like, oh my God. Okay, all right. When is this going to end? You know? So they said our next step right now, what we're going to do is what we were going to do before. They were sticking with the plan. They were just going to do radiation, but they're going to do not only the radiation in the arm where the cancer was, but they're going to do it in the armpit as well. And then they're like, we'll see what happens after that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's just do this and get it over with. So for 30 days straight, 3 weeks, 30 days straight, every day I drove up to South County at the Cancer Siteman Center, and they gave me radiation every single day. And they did it on the left side, in my arm, in my armpit. I didn't get really any side effects with that. I was super, super, super tired. They said that really doesn't really happen unless it's major radiation, but they say a lot of things and it happens to me. So it could be rare, whatever, but it happens to me. So I got really tired. Very quickly, I was tired all the time. Other than that, nothing really else, except then after the radiation stopped, about a week or two after, I started breathing really bad. Then I caught some sort of flu, cough type thing, and I couldn't breathe. And I thought, man, this is just like when I had a blood clot. And I was like, I hope it's not a blood clot. And I try to write it out for a month or more, you know, and I was coughing and coughing. I lost my voice. I'm actually just starting to get it back. And the maintenance chemo that they had me on, they think that, well, anyway, so I went and got a scan. And the scan said that this side of my lungs where the radiation was hitting, like my armpit and my arm, affected my lungs. There's nothing they can do about that. But then the rest of my lungs, the reason why I was coughing and had a huge problem, and I was scared that it was another blood clot, because that's kind of what it felt like. They just said it was inflammation, and they think it's inflammation due to the maintenance chemo that they had me on. So they took me off of that for a couple months, put me on steroids, and they're going to see how it, you know, rides out or whatever. So anyways, I haven't had my final PET scan to say if I'm in remission or not. I hope I am. I'll let you know if I am or not. If not, the next step will be another stem cell transplant, but with somebody else's stem cells. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it goes good, because I'm supposed to go on a trip at the end of this year to Venice, Florence, and Rome. And I'm really excited about that, so nothing better screw this up. Anyways, if you guys have questions, concerns, you can contact me. I'm always under, you know, Hodgkin's lymphoma, Lauren Wecker. I'm going to put this under Hodgkin's lymphoma stem cell transplant. If I can think of anything else, I'll write it down and put it on my little YouTube blog or whatever. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace out. Mwah.